Welcome back to the Super Not Funny Show reviews. And today I'm reviewing Foundation Season 2, Episode 4. It's entitled Where the Stars Are Scattered Thinly. It's coming to you from Apple TV Plus. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? And before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. Well, things are really heating up out on the Outer Rim on Terminus, and that's because Hober Mallow has joined the game. They have brought him to the vault to speak with Hari Seldon, who's demanded his presence. And so we got Bel Riose, we got Brother Constant, and then we have Brother Constant's father, Director Cermak, and they're all going to go see about what Seldon wants with Hober Mallow. Meanwhile, back on Trantor, Brother Day is trying to get a read on Queen Sareth and what she's up to, and also Brother Dusk, he is trying to find out, I guess, if there's a relationship to be pursued with Enjoiner Rue, who is Queen Sarah's, I guess, I don't want to call it lady in waiting, maybe I guess her major domo. But also Queen Sareth is trying to find out if Brother Day, if he is the one that killed her family. In addition to that, we have Bel Riose and his husband Glaywin Kerr, who are on Siwenna trying to track down these magicians and what they can do and where to look for them more. And so we got those three storylines going off, and I'm gonna tell you what, it took a few episodes, but we finally got to like a truly great episode of this, and I owed a lot of that to Jared Harris in a really good performance as Hari Seldon. This is a different one than the one we've been watching. The one we've been watching up to this point has been a very frazzled and sort of unsure of himself version, because his part of the plan has been thrown off thanks to what's going on with Salvor and with Gail Dornick. But this is the all-seeing, all-knowing Wizard of Oz version of Hari Seldon. And I'd like to say somewhat of an improvement over the books version, because in the books version, he's always ever just a recording that's just telling people what happened and, during the crisis and all that stuff. And, after the fact, after the crisis has been weathered by the people who are, on the scene. And in this case, he's more hands-on and a lot more active. Rather than waiting for events to unfold, he is, in fact, directing things. And in this case, directing, Bel Riose and Brother Constant to, go to Trantor to try to sue for peace to prevent the war between the Empire and the Foundation. And also sending off Mallow to go somewhere, we didn't see where, to I suppose, prepare for Empires eventually marching on here. I suspect this is Seldon sending him off to encounter Bel Riose. And there are some good revelations here. One, that the vault is sort of like folded space, is four-dimensional space. It's sort of out of time. Things are different there. But also, there's a really interesting hint that Seldon somehow is able to hear, I don't know if his name, or he's able to sort of monitor things outside. And it's not just, where there are listening devices, but somehow he's got a demigod-like ability to hear things. Who knows what that actually means, but it's, a cryptic thing that it makes him seem like, like a demigod. And I found his whole performance there to be not just compelling, but like, something I would like to see on a more regular basis. But I'm glad we won't, because that would kind of mess up the flow of the show. Hober Mallow, he continues to be a character that I'm very intrigued by. And I understand most people probably are. I know Brother Constant was. She basically outright was like, "Well, come to bed with me," or whatever, because she's just like, we got to go to the Empire, and well, we might not ever see each other again. And he turned her down, and that's strange. Clearly, there's some attraction there, and but I'm very interested to see who this guy is and why Seldon thinks he's so important. I mean, I know from the books why he is, but I want to see how that plays out. What a semi Han Solo type guy can do for the Foundation. Meanwhile, speaking of the Foundation, you got Bel Riose, who's looking. He and Glawen Kerr they are on Siwenna, trying to pretend like they're from there, because apparently Siwenna, even though they are a relatively recent, recently free from the Empire, and supposedly they've slipped into barbarism, but they still have regular guns and machinery, and they know about the Empire and remember the Empire. So clearly the barbarism is different than what we would maybe think of. They're not like backwards and living in huts or whatever. But there's a nice little action scene where Bel Riose is set upon, and then they have like a good little fight scene. It was real cool. It took away my whole why would the leader of this whole mission and his second in command personally go down to a planet. This is something that bothers me in Star Trek, and it bothers me here, but not enough to be overly challenged by it. They have this good little fight, and then they go to the operative that's on the planet, and basically they get a little bit of exposition. It's not bad. Like I don't mind it. We know what's going on because we've seen the Foundation, but seeing them sort of pick up the breadcrumbs to lead towards the Foundation, very interesting stuff there. And they get out of Dodge, having to kill the guy that was helping them. Cool stuff there. And then finally on Trantor, you have Brother Dawn, who he's talking with Queen Sareth, and sort of, I think, trying to see what she's really on about. He seems like he's very honest, or he doesn't seem to be up to anything in particular, which probably means he is. But he's sort of fishing around to see, did she send the assassins to try to kill Day? And she says she doesn't, that she didn't, and who knows what that means. But it's pretty clear that between Sareth and Joyner Rue, they have ulterior motives, and they're pointing out why maybe it's a bad idea to join with Brother Day, Cleon, in a marriage because of the diminishing empire, and that maybe he is the one that murdered her family. That's engineered the whole situation that put her in line to be on the throne. And meanwhile, Brother Dusk is trying to get back with Joyner Rue, and this time to let her remember what happened, because the last time they were together, he was the actual Brother Day. We find out that the Cloud Dominion, their scientists, just like in the Foundation, are figuring out ways around the Imperial technology. And we're learning more about Imperial technology and how it's basically stagnated while the Foundation's is getting better. It's surpassing it even. And they mentioned that the jump ships, they don't need spacers to navigate them, which is very important for the Foundation to have that flexibility. But finally, we also see that there is the subversion of an Imperial Guard to try to get information about what happened during the assassination attempt. And it seems like maybe Sareth did send those assassins. It wasn't entirely clear, but it seems like it's probable. So there's a ton of intrigue going on Trantor. There's a building up of tensions out on the outer rim, where it's clear that the Foundation is soon to be in conflict with what's left of the Empire. And what's left of the Empire is significant. Bel Riose is proving to be quite a leader and also a good detective as he gets closer to finding out where the Foundation is and who they are. And meanwhile, you've got you've got the people on a mission who are, theoretically going to stop the war. So I'm very, very intrigued. I really, really like this episode. I think it's the best one of the season so far. So really looking forward to the next one. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see these videos. All right, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be reviewing episode 5 of Foundation. Until then, I've been Mo, your commentator extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.